This is Country Living Oregon Style 61, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to make a mixed vegetable pickle. This has to go into this big container here. I don't know whether you can see it or not. With salt and water on it. And then, like I say, you do these in strips. Do your peppers in strips. You can do green ones. I didn't get any green ones when I was, let's see if I can get it down here a little bit. When I was in the store, I just picked up this mini ones, and they work just as well. I got 3 heads of cauliflower. Right now I've only got 2 out. I got 2 big stalks of celery. Right now I've only got the 1 out. You will need pearl onions, and they haven't been peeled yet. You got to peel them. And then, of course, your carrots. Now, the same carrots I had in the other video. Now, you can put cucumber in them. I don't, but you can, because I've got enough pickles of just straight cucumbers. So I don't do that. What I want, the way I cut them up is I cut off the ends. I've already washed all this. And you put them in chunks. Let's see, how do I do this? Okay. And then I cut them down the middle. Okay. And then you want kind of bite-sized pieces, because they're a pickle, okay? So you kind of, give them like that. See? Like that. And I'm just going to drop them in here, because all my vegetables are going to go in that, so that I can put my salt water on it. And I'll tell you here in a minute. I got to look it up. It's been a while since I made these, but I got to looking, and we only had. I'll save these back for later so I can dry those. We only had like 3 or 4 jars left. I put them in pints, okay? You can put them in quarts if you want to, but we don't go through them quite as fast as if you would if you put them in a quart. So I just kind of, put them in pints and done with it. Let's see. There we go. That doesn't want to do it either. Okay. And then I just cut them up in chunks. Okay, that's on the celery. On the peppers, the only thing I get rid of is the very stem and the seeds, unless I want to save the seeds back. Okay, but even the end pieces. Now I just clean them out. I've got a garbage chicken bucket here, and I clean them out like that. Oops, where's my camera? Okay, like that. And I'm not going to show you each color. I mean, they're all the same. What I do is I go down through the center, cut them, and I cut them in thin slices, but not real thin, because you want to be able to taste them when you do them. So, whatever it takes to get down through there, about that wide. Okay. And you just throw them in there. And then on these end pieces, I just go across them. Little pieces is no biggie. If the end pieces fall apart, no biggie. Because like I say, it's all going to eat. And, okay, there's that. Okay. And then I will get me out some. You want the florets, but you don't want them real big. So what I do on these bigger pieces, on these bigger pieces, I just kind of slice them. Oops. I have chunks, but it is still a floret. You can still use these little pieces that fall off, not a problem. And you just put them in there. And all this is done raw at first, because they got to soak in 12 to 18 hours, like I said, for with the salt water on them. Then, of course, you've got your little onions. And You don't cut them up. You take the ends off of them. And if I can do it without it, there's too big a knife in here for that. Peel them. And this happens to be a small one. Throw them in whole. Okay? Your carrots. These are the same carrots that I did just a little while ago. And you put them in. I will be back. Let me look at my book and see. I can't remember how much salt. Okay, there it is. It's 1 cup of salt to 4 cups of water. Okay. In this. Now go accordingly. You want your stuff covered if you can. Now some of it will float. No biggie, but as long as they're in that brine, and it's 12 to 18 hours. So adjust your time to where you can do them like that night. Let them sit overnight, and be ready to do them the next day. We will go from there. As soon as these sit for 12 to 18 hours, I will bring you back and show you the next step. Sorry about that. I got into a cough and spell. But anyway, I put a little heaping teaspoon of the hot peppers in. You got 2 cups of sugar. And where did I set that? I gotta find it. Hang on. Sorry about that. I got into a cough and spell. But anyway, I put a little heaping teaspoon of the hot peppers in. You got 2 cups of sugar, and where did I set that? I gotta find it. Hang on. Okay, 2 cups of sugar is into that. And then I have got 6.5 cups of vinegar. And there is no water in this. It's just the vinegar. And this, no doubt, is going to choke me up again. So, you know, be patient with me. When it starts cooking, there's 4 cups. And I need 2.5 cups. Hey, that one just worked out just about right. Okay. But as this heats, it'll choke me up. I'm just preparing you. There's no doubt in my mind. Anyway, that's what goes into it. I'm going to turn it on. I need to bring this up to boil. When it starts to boil, I'll time it for 3 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, the vinegar is heating. I am going to pour this. Now, this was all the vegetables with just the salt water on it that I did earlier, that I had to sit and wait for. And if you want to drain them, do not wash them, just drain them. I realize my bottom part of my pan is showing in the video, but you'll get the drift when I pull it away. You'll let that drain really good. And I've got more vegetables in there. I kind of doubled my batch of vegetables, so I might have to make another brine to put over the top of this if I don't have enough brine, because that brine that I'm making now that's heating on the stove goes over the top of this in your jars. Then what you do is, once you get the vegetables in, you put the vegetables in there and let them heat till they're heated all the way through. Then you start loading your jars. Once your jars are full, be sure to wipe them down, the top of your jars. Then you turn around and you process them for 10 minutes, just like a pickle, in a boiling water bath. Here, because of my elevation, I'll be doing it for 15 minutes. But, you know, check your ball book for times and your elevations. But if you're at sea level, it's for 10 minutes in a boiling water bath. Okay, I'll catch you in a few minutes as soon as things gets hot. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to take this amount right here and dump it into that big kettle with the brine that's going in. The brine's boiled for 3 minutes. I'm going to dump these vegetables in. Well, I think I am without getting too splattered. And then I'm going to drain the remaining amount of vegetables. I couldn't, my strainer wasn't as big as what it should be to hold all of it. So I am going to strain this. I did a double batch, so I went back and I made a double batch of my brine. But the recipe I gave you was for a single batch, so it doesn't screw you up. When I do things, I do it in doubles and triples and better. I don't mess around when I don't want to have to turn around and go back and do it again unless I absolutely have to. So that's why I do stuff in double and triple batches. Okay, I'm going to let that drain for a minute and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to take this batch and I'm going to dump it into that same pot. Oops. Or I think I am, if everything stays where it's supposed to be. Like I say, if you got bigger pots, you can make as much as you want, or if you really like them, make a single batch first, then go back and make another or double or whatever if you really like them. We do. Now these are like the ones that you buy in the store that are in the jars, except they taste better. So I am going to turn you around here, that way you can see it.